Hey guys, welcome to the live stream. It's great to see you guys. Well, I can't actually see you guys. It's great to know that you're there. Please say hello. Leave a comment. The two places that this is streaming right now is the Scott Riggin personal page. I think it's also on my music page. Should be on Facebook. So hopefully you guys are there. I know we've got a few people checking in on YouTube. Thanks for joining me. I see Connie and Scott and Sandra and greetings and salutations. And Herschel, that's Herschel and Helen, my mom and dad. Hi, guys. All right, well, as people start making their way in, if you could just tell me in the comments where you are, where do you live? And I mean, if you want to take that very literally, you can say my living room or my kitchen counter or whatever. But I'm looking for like state, city, country. I mean, if you're in Zimbabwe right now, that'd be kind of cool to know. So that seems unlikely. But anyway, the reason this live stream is happening tonight, this isn't just a run-of-the-mill live stream. This is an album release live stream. The Shepherds and Wolves project finally came out today. Came out at midnight last night, actually, but it's out now, which means that it is available for everyone to stream. The whole record is out there on Spotify and Apple and Google and all the places that people listen to music these days. It's on YouTube. It's also available in my store. So if people want to have physical products like a vinyl record or a CD, you can get those. And with every one of those orders, I also send you the MP3s so that you have those as well. So if you want to do that, there's links in the description here. And I would be more than happy to pack that up and mail it out to you. So please take advantage of that. The CDs are cool. I didn't mean to show you that yet. The CDs are cool. The vinyl is extremely cool because I decided to get clear vinyl instead of regular black vinyl, and I think it looks really sweet. So if that's something that excites you, that's available on my website. But everything is streaming now. All 12 of the tracks are out there, and the new single "You're Forgiven Now" is the one that I'm really kind of pushing right now, and so hopefully that's gonna do some good. I know, and I'll go into sort of newsy stuff in a little bit, but to start with, just the single is out there, the video is now out there, and starting to do pretty well. A lot of promotion is going on right now. NRT is new release today, and on their website. In fact, I can just show you a little bit of this on their website for the next week. I'm featured very prominently, kind of everywhere, and so every page you go to, this is the page that if you go to new release today, this is what shows up. It's my video for You're Forgiven Now. You're Forgiven Now, and also a little ad here. And this whole artwork thing, I haven't really talked a lot about this, but what I did was it's a woodcut print artwork design, which this T-shirt I'm wearing is that same design, same artwork, but like an old-fashioned woodcut print. And so I also had I took a picture of me and I had it kind of made to look like that sort of woodcut print kind of thing. Anyway, but on new release today, which there are over 200,000 people that go to that website throughout the month. And so a lot of people are going to see this. And then when they click on continue on to new release today, then there's ads for my stuff prominently throughout. So hopefully a lot of exposure. That doesn't guarantee necessarily people go and listen or go and buy, but it does mean that it's an accumulation of impressions that people get, and hopefully it'll lead to some curiosity. They've also got there's a article that I wrote that goes through each song. It's a song-by-song thing on new release today that you can read if you want. It's me explaining what each of the songs are about. They also did an album review. I just also read a review on a website called Jubilee Cast, where they did a really nice review of the whole record, which is great. I know there are 3 radio stations that are playing the heck out of You're Forgiven Now, which is really cool. They're all back east, so you got, I think, Georgia, North Carolina, and Nashville. And so pretty cool, getting some airplay with that. I'm hoping for more stations, but I also know this is something that if you know me, I know that having a hit song is not in the cards. That's something that I, at a very specific moment in time when I was releasing music all the time, there was a brief opportunity for an independent artist to have a hit song, and I was very fortunate that I had that. But it's not going to happen again, and most of the stations won't even touch a song from an independent artist that's not with a major label, and that's fine. I don't have any bitterness about that at all, truly. But it is great when there are stations that do choose to play the song, because that you just get a lot of exposure out of something like that. So anyway, so those things are going on. I've done a couple of podcast interviews that will be released, and I'll let you know when those come out. And so anyway, so tonight I just wanted to do some songs from the record. So I've got several of the songs from the record that I'm going to do. And I'm going to start with the new single. This is You're Forgiven Now. And before I do that, though, let me check in with the comments. So I'm looking at YouTube here first, and Josiah, Christy, and Scott are watching from Nampa, Idaho. Hey guys, and Sandra's in Boise. And hello there, Anna. Frida is in Scottsville, Kentucky. And hello, Adam. Hello again, Connie. Mary is in, is it Mosinee, Wisconsin? Anna is in Southern Oregon, Cleveland. Hey, I thought you weren't going to be here, Cleveland. I'm glad to see you. And Huntington, Indiana. That's Adam. And Connie's in Barberton, Ohio. Lewes, Delaware. That's Paul, or Paula. Sorry. Hello, Paula. Anna grew up near Asheville. That is beautiful country. I've spent quite a bit of time in Asheville, about a week, doing an event there once. So, and been there several times. Beautiful place. Well, let me go ahead and get into this song. This is a song that I wrote that percolated a long time in my brain. It was a few years of wrestling with, how do I forgive? How do I not remain hurt and bitter about, there are a few people that this song applies to, a few people who had done some really bad things, some betrayal and some deeply hurtful things. How do I not continue to think about that? How do I not feel this anger? And so what I've learned is that forgiveness is not something that you just magically happens. It's something you choose, and it's something you work toward. And it's also not something that happens, 1, 2, 3, now I'm done. I have forgiven them. You declare it, you say, I'm going to do this, and then you keep telling yourself, I'm forgiving this person. I'm going to forgive them. And I have found that it really is freeing when you actually make some progress toward forgiving. It's incredibly freeing. And something that I've been saying, I was doing some writing. I was writing an article about this, about forgiveness. And the language jumped out at me. Forgiveness doesn't change what happened. So there's nothing that can change what happened. Whatever it is that has happened that has been so painful for you, you can't erase it. You can't fix it. You can't make it go away. So forgiveness doesn't impact that. It doesn't make what happened not happen anymore. It doesn't change what happened, but it does change. It can change what happens next. It can change your future. It can change the way that you live, and your ability to be able to have peace in your life. And so I feel like this song is an important one for me. And I also just think I think a lot of people wrestle with this kind of thing. And so I'm hoping that, and now that the song is out there, it's not even been out 24 hours yet, but I'm hoping that there are some people who are hearing this and for whom it is encouraging and even a little convicting that we need to not just sit and be bitter. We need to actively submit to Jesus' command to forgive. And so this is my song from the new Shepherds and Wolves project. This guy right here. This is You're Forgiven Now.
Never used to be a
afraid of anything, afraid of anything. And when you were through with me, I was driven to my knees, and every shadow haunted me. But now I refuse to let you break me. You can't take me down, you can't hurt me now. And I will choose the power of forgiveness. Don't let there be any doubt. You're forgiven now. The wine of bitterness is still running through my veins. I was drunk on all the pain. Now I've never been more sober, and you've had the power nonetheless to poison me again. I've let you poison me again and again, but now that's all over. Now I refuse to let you break me. You can't take me down, you can't hurt me now. And I will choose the power of forgiveness. Don't let there be any doubt. You're forgiven now. I never will forget what cannot be undone. You never will admit that you held the smoking gun. What I am offering, you want no portion of, but I'm not doing this for you. I'm not doing this for you. And I refuse to let you break me. Oh, you can't take me down. You can't hurt me now. And I will choose the power of forgiveness. Don't let there be any doubt. You're forgiven now. I can breathe again. I can breathe again. You're forgiven. Oh, I can breathe again. I can breathe again. You're forgiven now. Whew. Amen. That last part, I can breathe again. I can breathe again. You're forgiven. And if you've ever experienced what it's like to let go and offer that actual forgiveness, it's really true. There's a relief, there's a release and a freedom that comes from that. So anyway, I'm excited about that song. I've never written a song, I mean, not for many years, that I didn't really believe in, that I felt like I want people to hear this. That's just kind of, I'm not going to waste time on a song that I'm like, yeah, this is fine. I mean, I wrote some country and pop songs when I had a publishing company I wrote for in Nashville for a number of years. And I wrote some stuff that I didn't really believe in, didn't care about. It was, just little pop songs and love songs. But by and large, if I write a song, it's because it's something I think is important and needs to be said. And that a lot of times it's like, entirely, this is what I need to process. And I have found that writing a song like You're Forgiven Now, that helps me. That helps me to be able to, like that line in the second verse, there's a section that talks about, it says the wine of bitterness, and we're not talking about alcohol, just to be clear. This is a metaphor. The wine of bitterness is still running through my veins. I can feel it. It's there. I was drunk on all the pain. but I've never been more sober. So this process of forgiveness is helping me to remove this effect of this bitterness that's kind of running through me, to be able to not be under the influence of that anymore. And so not allowing bitterness to poison you. That's really what the song is about, and saying I choose to forgive, and I want to be able to have the release of that. So anyway, I'm excited about that song. I do really, really hope that people latch onto it. The video is out too. If you haven't seen it, I think there's a link in the description here as well. You can go check that out. I think it's really cool. It's really beautiful. And let's see, we've got a few more people. Kelly is in Noble, Arkansas, and hey there, Joey. And thank you so much. I should probably look over at Facebook, although I suspect there's not a lot of activity there. Facebook is very, very, very weak sauce these days, for me at least. Let's see if I can even find it. Let's see. Okay, it looks like it's on my personal page. And let's see if it's on my. Sorry. Can't seem to get to my music page for some reason. It's not. There it is. No, it isn't. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. And looks like we are not actually. Yeah, for whatever reason, it's not showing up on the Facebook music page for me, for Scott Riggin. So, oh well. Hey, thank you, Adam. That's really kind. Thank you for that. All right, moving right along. Here's a song that came out. This is one of the early singles. I've been putting out singles every couple of months for a while from this album. And so this is one that came out a little bit ago, and it is. Excuse me. It is a cover song. There are 2 songs on this 10-track album that I did not write, and whenever I choose to record a song written by somebody else, the reason for that is because it says something that I really wish that I had been able to say. There's a song called "Kind" by Corey Asbury that talks about wrestling with God and being upset and trying to figure out, why is it that things happen the way they do, and is God still trustworthy? Does he really care? And in all my railing against him, all he's ever been is kind. And I heard that, and I thought that sounds like something that I would want to be able to say. And Corey Asbury is he's a huge artist, so lots of people hear his songs. So it's not like me recording it is like helping him out in any way, but I just felt like this fits on this album so much. And I'm still old school with albums. I like there to be a theme. Bright Hope, which came out 3 years ago, I always call that Songs of Shipwreck and Rescue. And that's really what that record is about. Those songs are all about getting blown apart by life and Jesus coming along and picking you up. Now this record, this is similar in some ways, Shepherds and Wolves. This is an album about the good shepherd, about the wolves that sometimes find their way into the church, into positions of power, and then the shepherds with a lowercase, the pastors and people in the church, who by and large are doing their best and most of the time are really the bad guys are the ones that get the headlines, right? The extreme number of pastors and people who serve in the church, Christians, who they're great and they love the Lord and they're doing great stuff, but they don't get the headlines because they don't have any of the scandals. So the record is kind of about all of that. And so this song is called "Always Good," and it's by Andrew Peterson, who is absolutely one of my favorite artists. I've been a fan of him for a long, long time ago. We went to the same church in Nashville, and I was always so intimidated by him. I've generally, when I met like Christian celebrities or whatever, I was generally not very, nervous about that. didn't get tongue-tied, didn't get nervous. Andrew Peterson just made me so nervous, and he was not even like super popular. It was just I just respect his work so much and wanted him to like me. So anyway, I've recorded a couple of his songs before. This is one called "Always Good," and I do want to explain one of the things about this song that I just admire so much, or one of the reasons why it's on this record is there's a phrase where he's talking. He says, "You're always good." You know, I don't understand my circumstances sometimes, but I know this. I have to remember, you're always good, God. And he says, this heartache is moving me closer than joy ever could. Now, what do we always pray for? We pray that God will smooth the path for us, that it won't rain on the day that I have my baseball game. You know, we ask for God to make our lives easier and to remove all hardship. And I think Andrew's getting at something really important here, that the things that really do the most to shape us into the people that God intends us to be, the things that mature us, those are usually hard things. So when he says, this heartache is moving me closer than joy ever could, that really resonated for me. And so anyway, this is from the Shepherds and Wolves album, because this is our Shepherds and Wolves album release live stream. This is Always Good. Do you remember how Mary was grieving? How you wept and she fell at your feet? If it's true that you know what I'm feeling, could it be that you're weeping with me? Arise, O Lord, and save me. There's nowhere else to go. You're always good. You're always good. And somehow this sorrow is shaping my heart like it should. And you're always good. Always good. Well, it's so hard to know what you're doing, so why won't you tell it all plain? But you said you'd come back on the third day, and Peter missed it again and again. So maybe the answer surrounds us, but we don't have eyes to see that you're always good. Always good. This heartache is moving me closer than joy ever could. You're always good. My God, be near me. There's nowhere else to go. And Lord, if you can hear me, please help your child to know that you're always good. You're always good. As we try to believe what is not meant to be understood, will you help us to trust your intentions for us are still good? 'Cause you laid down your life and you suffered like I never could. And you're always good. Always good. Always good. Always good. Amen. I think having that mindset is part of what helps us get through really difficult times. This is why in the Psalms you have David writing a psalm, and I've said this before, but I always used to think, boy, that David is a whiner, and then I got a little older, and I'm like, no, I get it. He had some legitimate things to be complaining about and concerned about, some real threats that he faced. And I love how how long, O Lord, are you going to abandon me forever? And woe is me. And then I love that he always pivots to, but I remember that you've been faithful before. Okay, so I'm going to trust you. And then he breaks into ecstatic praise. And gosh, I get it. I understand that now. I do. I didn't always understand that. So let me check in again. And then I've got the very first song that I wrote for this project. It's the song that I would say launched this project. I wrote these songs because I wrote this particular song. So let's see. Hey, Catherine. I'm glad you're here. You're fine. Everybody pops in when they are available. So, and you're from Kansas. Okay, welcome aboard. Glad you're here. All right. So if you are I just want to mention this throughout. If you are joining us, please comment. Let me know that you're there. It's kind of cool to see that you're there. If you have any questions about the record or about me or the songs, go ahead and put that in there as well. But tell us who you are and where you are. Where are you watching from right now? And so back to this project, Shepherds and Wolves. This is the record that just came out now. Oh, I guess I can tell you about this other thing as well. So I'm wearing a Shepherds and Wolves T-shirt, but this is not one that I have in production. I don't have a bunch of these. My last record, I had a whole bunch of merch that went with that. And here's what I've learned: if I'm not going to tour a lot, I really can't afford to buy, hundreds of shirts and stuff. If I'm doing shows, then I'll sell those things, but generally I'm not selling a lot otherwise. So are you interested in a Shepherds and Wolves shirt? And if you are, I'm probably going to go to like a print on demand kind of thing, which means that I can have a variety of products available. I don't make much money off of them, which is the downside, but I also don't have to spend a whole lot on the front end and then have boxes of them filling up my spare room. So so if you're interested in having something like this, let me know, and then I'll work on like a print on demand kind of thing. But I have I did do one thing. I've got these magnets are that was a fairly inexpensive thing for me to get, and so the Shepherds and Wolves magnet, and that's the Good Shepherd with the Lamb, which is featured in my in the album artwork. I haven't done this yet, but I kind of want to do this guy. So if you've not seen the video, you don't know why I'm doing this, but I have a song called "Bring Me Home," and the video that we did for it, I hired an animator to make it look like an old 8-bit, like 80s video game, 90s video game, something like that. And so these are the characters. That's the Good Shepherd and the lamb that has wandered off. That he leaves the 99 to go rescue the lamb, and he has a bunch of adventures along the way with wolves and bears and snakes and a big pit that he has to leap over. That's straight out of the old Atari game Pitfall. I remember that one. Anyway, but I've thought about having stickers or magnets made from this. I don't know if that would be something anyone would want, but let me know. Anyway, so let me talk about the song that launched this record. I wrote a song, and when I was done with it, I was like, oh my gosh, I think it's the best thing I've ever written in terms of craft. I'm really proud of the lyric. It expresses something really personal and meaningful to me. I think the music is really interesting, and I was imagining all the production. And then I kind of stopped and I thought, but the song is dark. The song is heavy. The song is angry. Does that really fit what I do? Can I release a song like that? And so I set it aside and decided, yeah, I guess I'll just, I've written plenty of songs that I've kind of felt like, yeah, you know what, this is not my voice. This is not a song that makes sense for me to record. And every songwriter does that. And then I kept coming back to it, and I was like, boy, I like this song a lot, and I really, really want people to hear it, and I can't wait to produce it. I've got all kinds of ideas, and I started thinking, what if I were to write, so let me explain what the song is. The song is about predators and the damage that they can do. I have experienced, I have had some interactions with predators in the church, wolves. Which should not be a big surprise because Jesus told us, expect those. There are going to be wolves that come in and try to do some damage, and we got to be on the lookout for them. Well, sometimes it's hard to tell. Sometimes it's hard to tell the sheep from the wolves, and eventually they do reveal themselves. But that's my experience, and so this was a song about someone who just really broke me into little pieces, and so I wrote this song about that. So what I decided was, if I'm going to release this song, I need to surround it with context. So songs about, I mentioned this before, songs about the Good Shepherd, songs about the wolves, songs about, there's songs on this about relationships that, I want to be the kind of friend that when someone goes through what I went through, that I can be an encouragement to them. So anyway, there's just kind of songs that kind of, from a lot of different angles, what is it like to experience something like this? So this song, I finally decided I can get away with recording it and releasing it because the rest of the album explains it a little bit. But this is called Song of the Wolf, and that's probably all I ought to say about it. I'm not naming any names or anything like that, but this is definitely about someone who I thought was a friend ended up being not just not a friend, but an actual enemy. And I've not really had like enemies in my life for the most part. I don't know about you, but this song says towards the end, everyone thinks that you're golden, but I know, and I've seen. And this is a direct quote from the wolf that I knew. And you laugh and say, who do you think they'll believe? Because he knew there's no way people are going to believe me. And so the last part of the song, all the shepherds were taken in by your charm. You assured them there was no cause for alarm, because the boy who cried wolf was just spinning a yarn, and I slowly bled out at your feet. But everyone thinks that you're golden. I know, and I've seen the flash of your teeth in the dark. So this is a song that and let me tell you about the music a little bit. The music is very dramatic. We included a lot of sort of sound effects stuff that kind of give it a creepy vibe. The strings are unbelievable. They're so cool. I did a bunch of vocals, and I was trying to sort of do Freddie Mercury background vocal stuff, if you know what I mean by that. So anyway, so I'm very happy with the song, and the track itself makes me happy. The subject matter, I wish that I'd never gone through this. I wish I'd never had to write the song, but I'm glad that the song exists and that it's on this record. So again, the very first song I wrote for the Shepherds and Wolves project, everything else kind of came from this. This is called Song of the Wolf. I started too late. I got to do it again. I'm sorry. Here we go. I got mixed up about what the beginning of the track was. Here we go. I didn't know what you were, I didn't recognize, 'cause I thought I saw kindness behind your eyes. But it was only a clever and cunning disguise, till the flash of your teeth in the dark. Even then I thought that I was the one to blame. I was bitter and angry and full of shame, 'cause I saw with my own eyes the wolf you became. How could I not have known from the start? You are made of hunger and appetite. You prey on the fools fools that believe your lies. You betray and you charm and you mesmerize. Oh, your voice was like silk, but your words like knives. And when you cut me open, I was somehow surprised. All the blood was on your hands, and all of it mine. Still you told me that it was my fault. You are made of hunger and appetite. You prey on the fools that believe your lies. Masquerade as a friend while you wet the knife. And everyone thinks that you're golden. Everyone thinks that you're golden. But I know, and I've seen, and you laugh and say, who do you think they'll believe? All the shepherds were taken in by your charm. You assured them there was no cause for alarm, 'cause the boy who cried wolf was just spinning a yarn, and I slowly bled out at your feet. And everyone thinks, they think that you're golden, but I know, and I've seen flash of your teeth in the dark. That's Song of the Wolf. For some reason, that track seemed really loud. I don't know if I hit a volume or something. But anyway, that is Song of the Wolf from Shepherds and Wolves. And it was the very first song that I wrote for this project. So, I'm not even going to comment on this. Yeah, read that for yourselves. Anyway, so that's Song of the Wolf. Have the tracks, that track felt really loud. Have the other tracks been too loud, or has it been okay? Or maybe that was fine. Maybe it was just me, but I felt like I suddenly couldn't hear myself singing. That was the first song I wrote for Shepherds and Wolves. Now I'm going to do the second song that I wrote. This is the song where I was like, okay, let me start to think about how to provide context. If I'm going to write songs about the wolves in the church, I really need to make sure that the focus is not that. The focus is instead on the Lord. And so I was thinking, well, let me write a song about the Good Shepherd. And immediately I thought, hey, how about Psalm 23? I am not the first, I will not be the last person to take the 23rd Psalm and set it to music. That's been done many, many, many times. But there's a reason. There's a reason for that. There's a reason why that text is so beloved. And so this is my take on it. And I really focused on the part that says, He restores my soul. And so that's a continuing refrain in the song, that He restores my soul. So this is Song of the Shepherd from the Shepherds and Wolves Project. Again, thank you guys for being here. I'm excited to get to share these songs with you today. Excited that the whole album is out there, that people can buy the vinyl, buy the CDs and the MP3s from my website. Excited that they can listen to it everywhere, see videos for almost everything. Eventually, I'm going to have videos for the remaining songs. But anyway, here's Song of the Shepherd. The Lord is my shepherd, He supplies all I need. He makes me to lie down in pastures of green. He leads me beside the waters, still and clear. The Lord is my shepherd, What have I to fear? And you restore my soul, guiding my steps to where I should go. As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. You're still here, you've never left. Your rod and your staff, they are a comfort to me. The wolf will go hungry, but you prepare for me a feast. And you restore my soul, anointing my head, my cup overflows, and your goodness and mercy will always be with me through all of my life, through all of my life. Yes, your goodness and mercy will always be with me all of my life, all my life. And you restore my soul, welcoming me forever in your home. The Lord is my shepherd, what have I to fear? The Lord is my shepherd, what have I to fear? The Lord is my shepherd, what have I to fear? Amen. Your goodness and mercy will always be with me through all of my life. So that's Song of the Shepherd. And getting close to the end here, I'm going to do one more song, but I want to read from the Gospel of John. This is Jesus talking about the Good Shepherd, about himself. John 10, beginning with verse 11, he says, I am the Good Shepherd. This is Jesus speaking. The Good Shepherd lays down his life for the sheep. He who is a hired hand and not a shepherd, who does not own the sheep, he sees a wolf coming and he leaves the sheep and flees, and the wolf snatches them and scatters them. He flees, this hired hand, he flees because he is a hired hand and cares nothing for the sheep. I am the Good Shepherd. I know my own, and my own know me, just as the Father knows me, and I know the Father. And I lay down my life for the sheep. You know, we can worry about the wolves and get all anxious and upset. But then remember who the Good Shepherd is. Remember that he is the one who will chase down that one lost sheep, leave the 99 and rescue the one. And that's been you and me, both of us. We've been that. He's the Good Shepherd. He's not a hired hand. He has an investment here. We are his, and he is ours. So I love that. So I'm going to do one last song from the record. And thank you so much, Frida. That's really kind. Thanks, everybody. Okay. All right. That's good. Thanks, gentlemen, ladies. Appreciate that. So once again, before I do this, just a reminder that Shepherds and Wolves, the vinyl album with clear vinyl, and the CDs and MP3s, those are available at my website. And very much want to encourage you to pick those up if you can. If you don't, I mean, a lot of people don't have a CD player or a record player or anything like that anymore, and so if streaming it is the way that you listen, please listen to it, and that's great. But this definitely makes a big difference in terms of, for me financially, having CD sales and album sales. I mean, you have to have millions of streams to actually make money, and so this is a big help for me to do that. My website also has a bunch of other stuff, T-shirts and hats and all kinds of fun stuff. So encourage you to check that out if you can. A reminder that Forgiveness, the single and the new video, those are both out right now. Just I guess that's all I have to say about that. I'm going to do this song. This is Bring Me Home. And if you've not seen the video with the video game artwork, you really ought to check it out. It's pretty fun. So this is Bring Me Home. Shepherd, lead me, and I will follow. This will be my manifesto. Only go where you go. I need you to guide me, or I will be lost. Come and find me in this misery that I've caused. I'll only go where you go. You left the 99. You traveled far and wide to find me and bring me home. They threw me to the wolves, but I never doubted you could find me and bring me home. Bring me home. All the other paths have just led me nowhere, and every map has led to a detour. I'll only go where you go. So let your goodness be like a fetter and bind my wandering heart to my good shepherd. I'll only go where you go. You left the 99. You traveled far and wide to find me and bring me home. They threw me to the wolves, but I always knew that you would find me and bring me home. And I was the one that wandered away, so stubborn and so blind and so determined to stray. And you were the one that sought me out. Oh, I was lost, but now I have been found. You left the 99. You traveled far and wide to find me and bring me home. And I was so alone and lost that you paid the highest cost to find me and bring me home. You left the 99. You traveled far and wide to find me and bring me home. They threw me to the wolves, but I always knew that you would find me and bring me, find me and bring me home. So again, release day for Shepherds and Wolves. I've been working for a long time to get to this point where I can finally get this thing out there. I'm excited for you guys to hear all of it and share it with your friends. Hopefully, there'll be a bunch of new folks who discover the music, and that these songs will be an encouragement and a challenge, and particularly that song about forgiveness. You're Forgiven Now, which is the new single. I'm very hopeful that that'll be helpful to people. So anyway, guys, thank you. Let me check in once more, but I'm done. That's the whole shemazel. All right. All right. Well, thank you guys so much. Thanks, Debbie. Appreciate that. You guys are great, and I appreciate you all for sticking with me and being here tonight for this event. And I don't have my next live stream scheduled, but it'll be sometime in September. And so be watching. If you are on my texting list, then you'll get notified about that with a reminder right when it's starting. So if you're not on the texting list, look at the description here, and there you can see how to get on that list. There's also an email list. And by the way, when I have something about to happen, you'll get a text or two. Like this week, there were, I think, 2 texts like today, and that's really unusual. Normally, it's going to be like once every week or 2 you'll get a text. So I'm not going to be flooding your phone with text. But that's my texting list. The email list as well. I write about the songs. I write about things that I'm dealing with, and with what I'm thinking about as I read Scripture and as I walk with the Lord, and also announcements about concerts and live streams and new music and all that kind of stuff. So be on my mailing list if you're interested in that. And the next time I have a live stream, you'll know about it. So that's everything. I'm gonna call it a night. And all right. Awesome. Well, God bless you guys. Have a fantastic evening. And please go listen to Shepherds and Wolves, whichever way works for you to do that, whether it's CD or vinyl or streaming it. It's in all the places. So